Hello again. I hope you're all doing well and staying happy, healthy, and safe. I am catching up on a bunch of videos, and so I'm going to post one a day for a few days to just catch up on all the weeks I missed of pregnancy, because I mentioned in my last, as I mentioned in my last video, I found it more helpful to have like week by week in my first pregnancy to watch those vlogs from moms rather than big chunk vlogs. And I'm also trying to keep these kind of bite-sized so you could hopefully watch them on a break at work or something like that, though I'm not sure if you're at work because of the COVID-19 crisis. So yeah, I hope you find these helpful. I always found the pregnancy updates that were just super long and drawn out. I would never even watch the whole thing. So I'm trying to keep these short, but I know my last video and my first video went a lot longer than I planned. So I'm talking about 13 weeks pregnant now. So that was already almost 3 weeks ago for me. And at that time, the baby was the size of a lemon. Now, just as I mentioned in my last video, I was so excited at week 12 and 13 because I was like, the first trimester is almost over. I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully my symptoms will be reduced because, as you might have remembered from following me in this pregnancy journey, and maybe you also followed me in my previous pregnancy journey, I just feel like crap in the first trimester. I feel like crap the entire time I'm pregnant, but specifically in the first trimester, I feel like I can't do it. I can't go on. And I am tired. I'm sleeping all the time. I can't keep anything down. I can't keep fluids down. It's just a pain. As I mentioned in my last video, puking 2 to 3 times a day, though not enough to be losing weight or have any danger to myself or my baby. And I do really well at staying hydrated, even though I can't keep down fluids. Some of the ways I've been trying to manage that is by eating a lot of fruit, especially fruit that has like high water content, watermelon, grapefruit, oranges. I've been doing berry and water smoothies. It seems that if I can find a way to get around just plain water, I'm okay, and I can tend to keep it down more than if it's just water. So though you might be trying to like really watch your sugars, and I encourage you to do that, I do also encourage you to do whatever you can to keep yourself hydrated. I've had too many acquaintances in my life that have had to go to the hospital because of dehydration in their first trimester, and it's really easily mitigated. Even if you're having a crappy time keeping stuff down. I'm so sorry. So I think at this point, my husband actually went and got me some ginger gravel. I'd never tried that to manage morning sickness before, and it worked really, really well. I ran out of it really quickly because I just chowed down on it. It had no medical ingredients. It just was ginger. Like, it was just chewable ginger with like some lemon flavoring. And so I just like chowed down and I would take it like as much as it would, like the dosage allowed. So I ran out of that pack very, very quickly. But it was a great way to manage my morning sickness in this week. He also got me some ginger tea, which hit and miss. I've tried ginger tea before to manage morning sickness, and like I said, it's just kind of hit or miss for me, but it did really help me, again, keep down more fluids because, just as I mentioned before, if it was just plain water, I couldn't keep it down. But if I had something to take off the edge of water, that really helped. So I was doing 1 bag of ginger chamomile and 1 bag of ginger lemon, and that was really nice. And I just did that in a cup of boiling water. Let it sit for like a couple minutes and then drank it. So this week, exciting things that were going on for the baby is the eyelids are fused shut, but the eyeballs are developed. The vocal cords are in formation, and the baby's head is getting more in balance with the rest of its body, so it's looking less and less alien. And, you know, at this point, like, some women start looking pregnant at this time, and some women consider this to be the end of their first trimester. I've seen a lot of women post online, like 13 weeks, done the first trimester. I counted until 14 weeks because, as I mentioned in my previous video, I just like to set myself up to kind of have the hope of having a baby arrive early. So I count a little behind, I think, what a lot of women count by. I think I've mentioned this before, either in blog posts or in videos or maybe in my podcast, but I get so uncomfortable in early pregnancy that I change my wardrobe right away. Now, I don't mean going and buying new clothes. I just mean kind of switching up what I'm wearing. So I'm wearing like lots more sweatpants, lots more baggy stuff, lots of my husband's clothes. For this pregnancy, what I was really fortunate enough to be able to do was pull out all my maternity gear from last time. So I've been wearing maternity gear since like very early in my first trimester. At this point, I've had to start pulling the waistbands of my pants and leggings underneath my tummy just because I was so bloated that it's like I started feeling pressure that I was really uncomfortable. So I changed that. I may have already stopped wearing a bra before week 13, but I definitely stopped wearing a bra by week 13. I am really fortunate to be able to still be working full-time, but be working from home. So there's really no necessity for me wearing a bra. Though this is a message for another video or another podcast or blog, I don't really think it's that healthy to wear a bra, and I think it's better for your bosoms and for your back if you can just let your muscles naturally try and hold up your bosoms. So I actually think it's better, especially when you're experiencing so much growth and maybe breast soreness at this point in your pregnancy. Just like reducing the need of a bra is great. But just as I said in my last video, if you can make it through your pregnancy by wearing sports bras or like bras that are stretchy with no underwire and no clasp, that'll really save you a lot of headache. They're less expensive, they're more comfortable, and they'll grow with you more than another bra. If you have a lot of back pain though, you might want to consider getting bra extenders or something like that, because getting a bra that's really loose in the rib cage might actually like compromise how much it supports you and helps with your back pain. So you just want to check with that. Though you could like stuff or something just around the rib cage band until your ribs start expanding and you kind of fill it out more. So those are a couple suggestions for managing discomfort at this stage in pregnancy. So I hope you enjoyed this brief video. It's again a little longer than I wanted it to be, and I have a couple more weeks to catch up on, and then you'll be fully caught up on how my pregnancy is going. So thank you so much for sticking with me, and I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it at least a little informative.